walking alone in the middle of the night. We shine brighter than a diamond. We were strangers at the start, now we can't.
Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to do a quick video talking about where I think one of the best places to start learning how to code and how to kind of understand computer science, hacking, and the like a little bit better. So there's plenty of YouTube videos out there if you want to get into a specific language, if you want to do web development, stuff like that. But one of the best things that I can recommend, and this is something that I did a lot when I was kind of learning, is doing CTFs. CTF is a capture the flag for those that don't know, and generally what they are. So this is PicoCTF, one of my favorites, because they have a really big practice library that you can kind of go through and have all kinds of different topics and stuff like that. But what they are is it's little challenges and little puzzles that you solve using some kind of computer knowledge, and it's really easy to start out because a couple of beginning ones are pretty simple, and then it slowly kind of revs up and gets a little bit more difficult, and really helps you understand kind of the way things work in the background. And it's just a great way to kind of learn a little bit about it. So I'm going to go ahead and log in here. And you can see I haven't done anything. I just made a new account here, so I have a score of 0. But what you can do is you can kind of go through all of these challenges and stuff, and it'll teach you. They have all kinds of different topics. A lot of this would be more related to, I guess, what is traditionally kind of considered more hacking, penetration testing kind of stuff, where you're given something and you need to like break it. So we have like web exploitation, cryptography, reverse engineering, forensics. General skills is a really great one to kind of get started in. Binary exploitation, generally pretty complicated, and yeah, so it's just a really great place to kind of like go start out. I'm going to be making some more videos going through some of these specifically, but if you want to get into kind of being able to look at a program or look at something and be able to figure out a way to get stuff out of it that maybe you're not meant to get out of it, or make it behave in a way that isn't the intended way, this is a great place to go and kind of work on it. And then they also host competitions once a year. And it's a really fun way to kind of go through it. And the great thing is for these practice ones, if you just Google, I'm going to be making some tutorials going through some of these as well. So if you want to work through with me, that's great. But if you get ahead, if you already have some knowledge and kind of want to work into some of the more complicated ones, there are you can see how many solves it has. And there are generally solutions out there for almost all of these if you Google them. So the way I would recommend doing it, though, we'll go to general skills. So we've got this one right here. So it gives this little description and tells you what you need to do. The instructions get less and less clear, and the hints get less helpful the further you get, because you need to really think about it and figure it out on your own. But I'd recommend just reading this and kind of trying to figure it out on your own. If you get stuck, start looking through the hints, and those will definitely be helpful. And then worst case scenario, if like none of that works, you've worked on it for a while, go ahead, Google it, figure out how to do it. But make sure when you're looking through it, you understand what's going on, because that's what's really going to help you in your future endeavors in coding or reverse engineering or whatever you end up doing. But yeah, so the reason I think this is so helpful for coding in general, not just the specific kind of penetration testing focused kind of that CTFs have, is that coding really all just comes down to being able to problem solve and break a problem down into smaller parts. And then those smaller parts, even if you don't know how to do them, if they're generic enough little parts, you can go and figure out how to do that, because other people have probably done that, even if no one's done the overall project that you're trying to do. And that's what it really comes down to. I don't even think memorizing basic commands obviously is super helpful as you get into writing. Like I wrote this code the other day, like knowing how to set variables and what's a string, what's an integer, stuff like that is really good to know, just to have kind of in your back pocket. You don't need to always Google stuff, but you don't really need to memorize it. I mean, you can always Google stuff, check it out. The internet is your best friend when you are new to coding and trying to figure things out. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll keep working on some of these. I'll make some videos for them. We'll probably do like, for the basic ones, we'll probably do like 3 or 4 video, and then further down the line, it's going to become a lot more complicated. But I'll probably work through them and record the whole thing and then just cut in the important parts where I figure things out and then post some documentation. Another thing, just wanted to let everybody know I made this GitHub repository. It's been a while since I've used GitHub, but I actually recently almost lost all my files because my old computer broke and I hadn't saved anything off. But if you're interested in some of the code we've talked about on the channel previously, I have a lot of the automated investing stuff posted up on here now. The most recent versions that I'm still kind of toying with are not on here. And also, I'll say a lot of this stuff is not maintained, so there could be things that have broken in it over time. But it's still like great stuff to have if you want to kind of get a start in some of that automated investing stuff. But yeah, this is kind of a little bit of a messy video, but I really just wanted to get this out there. This is a great way to start learning how to code. Would highly recommend it. If you start working through it and run into issues and can't find help elsewhere, feel free to hit me up, whether in the comments or via a DM, and I can definitely help out because this is something that I've always loved doing. These are really fun. So yeah, with that, check it out, have some fun with it, and I'll see you guys in the next one where I start working through some of these. So see you next time.